Millions of people are losing their jobs, not because they're lazy, not because they're bad at what they do, but because they're being replaced. Not by other people, by code, by algorithms, by artificial intelligence that works faster, cheaper, and around the clock. This isn't a prediction. It's happening right now. Writers, designers, assistants, even engineers replaced or downsized by machines that don't take coffee breaks. And here's the scary part. Most people still think their job is their biggest asset. But in this new economy, that job? It's a rented income stream. You don't own it, you can't control it, and one software update could wipe it out overnight. So what happens if your only source of income disappears tomorrow? Because in the AI economy, the people who survive won't be the ones with the highest salaries. They'll be the ones with income streams they own. Income that doesn't depend on a boss, a schedule, or even their own time. That's called cash flow. And in this new world, cash flow isn't just important, it's everything. In the next few minutes, I'll show you why and how you can start building it even if you're starting with nothing.
So if a job is no longer a reliable asset, what is? It's cash flow, income that continues whether you're working or not, but not just any income. Income you control. Income that doesn't fire you, downsize you, or freeze when the economy shifts. Think of it like this. You can spend years climbing the ladder at one company, or you can build a system that pays you every month no matter who's in charge or what the market's doing. That system could be a portfolio that pays you dividends. It could be a product that sells online while you sleep. It could even be a small service business where the work is done by someone else, not you. The form doesn't matter. What matters is ownership, because when you own the source of your income, you own your time. And when you own your time, you control your future. You see, the people who thrive in this AI-driven economy won't be the ones chasing job security. They'll be the ones building income security, stacking streams of cash flow, even if each one starts small. That's the shift. Not from job to job, but from working for income to designing systems that generate income. And no, you don't need millions to start. You need a mindset shift, a small amount of capital, and the discipline to keep reinvesting until the income grows legs of its own. Because cash flow doesn't just protect you from being replaced, it gives you leverage, it buys you freedom, and most importantly, it gives you options in a world that's quickly running out of them.
Here's the difference. Two people get hit by the same wave of change. Both lose their jobs, both feel the shock, but only one of them is in survival mode. The first one panics. They check job boards, polish their resume, hope someone picks them. Every passing week without a paycheck feels heavier. Their entire life is on pause. Rent, bills, groceries, everything depends on getting hired again. Now look at the second person. They also lost their job, but they didn't lose their income because each month their investments send money into their account. Maybe it's not enough to live luxuriously, but it's enough to breathe, to think clearly, to make decisions from strength, not desperation. They're not scrambling to survive, they're planning their next move. One person is stuck in reaction. The other is operating from resilience. That's the true power of cash flow. Not just the dollars, but the psychological freedom it creates. It gives you space. And in an economy moving at the speed of AI, space is everything. Because when everyone else is rushing to catch up, you'll have the clarity to stay ahead. This isn't about being rich. It's about being ready. Ready for the next shift. Ready for opportunity when others are frozen in fear. Ready to invest when prices fall, while others are too broke to act. And that readiness, it doesn't come from hustle. It comes from cash flow.
So where does that kind of cash flow come from? Not from working more hours, not from chasing side hustles that burn you out faster than your 9-to-5. Real cash flow, the kind that frees you, comes from assets that scale without needing you every step of the way. It could be a stake in a business where systems do the heavy lifting, a licensing deal that pays you royalties each quarter, a piece of infrastructure, physical or digital, that people use and pay for whether you're there or not. It might be as simple as owning part of a storage facility, or leasing out digital real estate, like a newsletter with paying sponsors, or a template that people buy again and again. The key is this: it runs without your daily effort, but it grows because of your intentional design. And here's what makes it so powerful in the AI era. The same tools replacing jobs can now be used to automate and amplify your income. AI can help you forecast trends. It can optimize pricing, automate customer service, write sales copy, schedule content. All the stuff that used to cost you time or money now becomes a force multiplier. So instead of competing with AI for a paycheck, you can partner with it to build systems that pay you. That's the new game. You're not looking for gigs. You're building engines. Small ones at first. Maybe they only make $50, $100 a month. But over time, those streams stack. And when they're built right, they keep flowing even when the economy doesn't. That's the kind of income that doesn't just survive disruption, it thrives in it.
So the question now is, how do you actually start? Especially if your only current income is from a paycheck and it's barely covering the essentials. The answer isn't to quit your job or take wild risks. It's to plant a seed, one that can grow quietly while you still maintain stability. Start by identifying what skills, tools, or insights do I already have that someone else would pay for repeatedly, not just once. Let's say you're good at organizing. Instead of freelancing as a one-time service, could you turn that into a digital checklist system people subscribe to? If you're a teacher, could you record bite-sized lessons and turn them into a micro course sold on autopilot? If you're already spending time on something daily, writing, researching, building, could you repackage the process you've mastered, not just the result? You don't need capital, you need leverage. And the simplest form of leverage today is code, content, or community. Code, a simple automation, an app, a script that solves a recurring problem. Content, a resource, guide, or toolkit people pay for to save time or make money. Community, a space people join for shared interest, mentorship, or opportunity, and stay because it compounds in value. Pick one. Keep it simple. Don't aim for thousands a month. Aim for your first $10 of income that you didn't trade hours for. Because the first $10 changes your mindset. The next $100 builds momentum. And from there, cash flow stops being a dream. It becomes your second engine. And eventually, your main one. And here's the truth no one tells you. Most people never get started, not because they don't have time or ideas, but because they don't believe $10 of passive income could matter. But it does. That $10 is proof. Proof that you've shifted the rules, that your income is no longer fully controlled by a boss, a company, or a market. In the AI-driven economy, where disruption is constant, cash flow is freedom, not just to survive, but to choose where you work, how you live, and what you build next. So if this resonated with you, don't just scroll away. Drop a comment below. What's one skill or idea you already have that could become a cash flow stream? And if you're ready to keep learning, subscribe now. We're breaking down cash flow strategies, real-life case studies, and the new rules of wealth in the AI economy. Because the future doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the quiet builders who set up systems, not just hustle, who earn while they sleep, not just while they work. And that can be you, if you start today.